Hi again everyone, welcome back to the series where I talk about the games I'm interested in, stuff going on in the video game world that I'm looking forward to in the coming month. The month for this episode is June of 2022, so let's just get right into it. This is usually the part where I talk about the PlayStation Plus and games with gold games, but it doesn't seem to have been announced yet, and I prefer to release this on the day before the end of the month, so I won't be covering them today, but I will put them in the description as soon as they are announced. But speaking of PlayStation Plus, there is of course the big change coming at the end of the month, where they'll be offering multiple tiers and a lot more benefits to people who pay more, and a lot of changes and melding with PlayStation Now and a whole bunch of other stuff. That's coming on the 2nd in Japan, on the 13th in North and South America, and on the 23rd for everywhere else that it's coming to. But of course, before we get into the new games, June is always a huge month for new games. E3 is unfortunately not coming on this year, but we do have a state of play on the 2nd, which is supposed to be bringing a lot more newer games this time instead of being focused on just one. And of course, on 9th, we have, which is like a replacement for E3, which is the Summer Games Fest, hosted of course by Jeff Keighley, which I'm really looking forward to. That will hopefully show off a lot of new stuff. And on the 10th is something I really don't know much about. It's called the Netflix Geek Week. It's supposed to show off some new stuff from Netflix, some games and show announcements, so that'll be something to keep an eye on too. And as I saw while I was actually editing this video, it turns out there's going to be a Microsoft and Bethesda showcase on the 12th as well. And with all that out of the way, let's get into the actual new games. On the first we have Silt, which is supposed to be an underwater side-scrolling puzzle adventure kind of horror game, where you can use your powers to possess different marine water life to solve puzzles and go as you go out through the game, unlocking more creatures to take control of. On the third, we have the quintessential quintuplets game, Five Memories of My Time with You, which took me too many takes to get right, which is based on an anime that I haven't seen, but it's always kind of cool when they make games based on anime because it doesn't happen too much, so it's kind of nice to see. He obviously is a visual novel style game, so if anyone is a fan of that, they might have a bit of an interest in that. On the 10th, we have Mario Strikers Battle League, which is part of the Mario Soccer style games, and even though I'm not a huge fan of sports games, I played one of these on the Wii and I thought it was a ton of fun. One thing to definitely make sports games a lot more fun is to add in a bunch of crazy powers and some weird characters, and it definitely can add to a lot of it. So I'm definitely hoping to play this at some point. Also on the 10th we have The Quarry, the latest game by the same creators as the Until Dawn game, which was an interactive kind of movie horror game, which I definitely had a lot of fun with, so I'm definitely looking forward to another game like that from the same team who made Until Dawn, which I loved a lot. On the 21st, Fall Guys is coming to all the next generation consoles like the Switch and the PS5, which, if anyone doesn't know or hasn't played, is kind of a battle royale Takeshi Castle style game where you play through a bunch of rounds, knocking players out until there's only one winner left. On the 23rd, we have Sonic Origins, which I'm really not sure about. It has Sonic 1, 2, 3, and CD, which, yeah, it's fine and all, but I don't know. Over 20 years ago, right by now, I think we got the Sonic Mega Collection on the PS2 and the GameCube, and that had more than 3 or 4 times the amount of games, and they've never beaten that, so I don't know, it might be okay, but it seems like it's a bit of a mess, but I do love my Sonic, so hopefully I'll pick it up cheap at some point. On the 24th, we have AI The Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative, which is a sequel to AI The Somnium Files, which came out a few years ago. Made by Spike Chunsoft and I think ran made by Spike Chunsoft and written by the same person behind the Zero Escape series, which is definitely one of my favourite franchises out there. I don't have much to say about this because I haven't finished the first one yet, so we'll see when I get that sometime in the future, hopefully. On the 24th, we have the Capcom Fighting Collection, which features a wide variety of Capcom fighting games and beat 'em ups, from Street Fighter 2 Anniversary Edition to Vampire Savior and the Street Fighter puzzle games. I'm not sure exactly how many, but these museum games and all these collections have been a nice little thing lately, so I'm looking forward to this one too. And with that, that is everything I am looking forward to in June of 2022. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun this month, especially with all the showcases and all the events going on. I'm really excited for this month. So as always, let me know all the stuff that you are looking forward to for this month. Let me know what you're hoping to see at the Summer's Games Fest and the State of Play. And I'll see you for the next one.